Hey everyone, September is almost over, so that leaves us 3 months to level up. And if I were a complete beginner and I wanted to become an AI pro by the end of 2025, this is exactly what I'll do. Over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share a simple 3 month roadmap to help you go from AI sounds scary to AI is helping me do more of what I love. So let's get right into it. So let's start with month one, which is October, okay? In October, build your base. And what do I mean by that? I mean that in October, try and get comfortable with AI. Now, in terms of the things you can do to get comfortable with AI, the first thing is you first need to start with your mind. You need to demystify AI. You need to know that AI isn't a mystery reserved for scientists. So start by understanding what AI actually is and how it's already helping people like coaches, freelancers, small business owners grow and scale. Now, Andrew Ng's AI for Everyone course is a short and friendly course that sort of explains how AI projects work and what terms like machine learning really mean and why AI is for everyone. Now, it even shows you how to talk about AI with your clients, with your colleagues at work as well. And you can actually complete this in a weekend and feel a whole lot smarter about this whole AI buzz and hype. Now, the second thing I would recommend you do in October is to dust off your high school maths. But to be honest, don't stress about it, okay? Yes, AI involves maths, but you don't need to master calculus to get started. Now, you should know that like a basic understanding of numbers, percentages, and probabilities will take you a long way with regards to understanding what AI actually means. Data camp experts suggest focusing on the core ideas behind linear algebra and statistics, and also practicing with simple data exercises. So just think of it like learning to read a recipe rather than becoming a full-blown chef, okay? It helps that you sort of follow along when tools talk about probability or accuracy. That's the benefit of sort of like learning this whole. Now, the third thing you should focus on in October is to learn the language of AI, which is basically Python, but do it at your own pace, okay? You don't need to rush through this. Python might sound intimidating at first, but it's actually one of the friendliest programming languages I know. And the good thing is that Google offers a lot of free Python courses filled with short videos and easy exercises. And I'm going to leave the link for that as well. So it starts with everyday examples like working with words and lists and then slowly builds up from there. So just treat this like learning how to ride a bike. Don't panic. Just take it slow, watch the videos, and then practice a little every day. Okay, by the end of the month, you see that you are able to write simple basic scripts. The fourth thing I recommend that you focus on in October is also to like play with data like you're organizing a spreadsheet, okay? Now, let me explain what I mean by this. Once you can write basic Python, just try using it to clean and explore data. You've probably organized information in a spreadsheet, right? So this is similar. There are tools like Pandas and NumPy that sort of let you load a small data set. Think like this, things like a list of your expenses or a simple flower data set. And then try to sort, filter, or add up values with just a few lines of code. Now, Data Camp emphasizes that learning to prepare data is essential for any AI project. So, based on everything I've said, your weekly rhythm should look something like this. Just set aside 1 to 2 hours each day in October. Spend one weekend watching the AI for Everyone course, which I talked about earlier, and then another weekend on Python basics, and then the rest of the time practicing, so that by Halloween, AI won't feel like a foreign language anymore. It's going to feel like something you're used to talking about. Now, in November, I really want you to dive deep into what AI can do for you, right? And so this involves like discovering how AI can make decisions, okay? In November, we'll see how AI actually makes decisions. You learn about the main types of machine learning, which is teaching computers by example, that's called supervised learning, or letting them find patterns on their own, which is basically unsupervised learning, or even rewarding them for good choices, which is reinforcement learning, okay? The idea is not to code these from scratch, but to basically understand that algorithms are like recipes. You give them ingredients, which is basically the data, and then you choose the right recipe, which is the algorithm, and then you see how well the dish turns out. Now, Data Camp recommends exploring these concepts and practicing how to choose and evaluate these models. In November as well, I want you to challenge yourself to build a simple neural network. Well, no, not really. Deep learning might sound like sci-fi, but courses like practical deep learning for coders from Fast.ai, bring it down into plain English, okay? It's designed for folks with basic programming skills and teaches you how to build models that recognize images, understand language, and work with tables. Now, the best part about this particular course is that it focuses on doing, okay, not just like you memorizing formulas. And you would follow along with video lessons and hands-on examples, and even use free cloud resources so that you don't need a fancy computer to do this. Now, the next thing I would recommend you focus on in November is to have fun with generative AI and storytelling. So one thing you need to know is that AI isn't just about crunching numbers. It can be very fun, and it can also be your creative partner too. And there are courses like Google's AI Essential course, which shows you how to use tools like ChatGPT and image generators to sort of like speed up tasks and even brainstorm ideas. And this particular course actually includes like lessons on prompt engineering, which is basically a fancy term for learning how to ask AI the right questions. Now, for a quick dive into creating prompts, also try this other course from Great Learning, which is basically prompt engineering for ChatGPT. In this particular course, you learn to get fun and useful answers from AI with just the right phrasing. The other thing you should focus on in November is to experiment with AI building blocks, right? So if you've been curious how people build AI chatbots or virtual assistants, then tools like LangChain let you connect different AI models and create simple apps without writing hundreds and lines of code. They have tutorials that would also guide you through making a question and answer bots using templated prompts as well. Think of building this like building Lego. Okay, each block represents something different, and you can snap them together to make like a cool project. So in November, this is how your weekly rhythm will look like. Aim for 2 to 3 hours a day. Spend the first week learning about algorithms and trying demos, and then spend another week building small neural networks, and then another week playing with generative AI too, so that by the end of November, you would have created your first AI project and used AI for writing and art. Now let's talk about December, what you should do, because I know December is a very busy month with a lot of like festivities and a lot of parties, but you need to create and share and grow. Now in December, turn learning into projects, right? It's time to make AI work for you. So pick a small real life problem and solve it with AI. Now, if you go into Datacam's projects library, they have ideas ranging from predicting energy consumption to sorting emails. So you could even build a model that predicts which customers might churn, or one that helps you choose recipes based on what's in your fridge. Okay, so start with a beginner project, gather all the data you need, train the model using a tool like scikit-learn, and then see how close it gets to the right answer. Now, the other thing you should focus on in December is to create your own generative AI app. And I know that this sounds like far reach. Take those prompt engineering skills and make something creative, okay? You could create a chatbot that answers questions about your favorite book. You could create a mini voice assistant that schedules meetings, or you could even create a tool that summarizes long documents, all right? LangChain and Hugging Face offer templates and easy to follow examples as well. So if you don't want to code, you can still play with pre-built tools on Hugging Face basis and customize them as well. And then now the other thing you should do in December is to join communities and then just stay human while having fun with this whole AI stuff, okay? One thing I love about AI is the community around it. So you just don't learn in a vacuum. Okay, join forums like Google's Python class group, and also join my school community for free. I'm going to leave the link in the comment section below. You could also join my upcoming course as well on how to get started with N8N. I'm also going to leave the link to that as well. And you can finally subscribe to my other YouTube channel where I basically go into details about how to build AI agent. Another thing you should also focus on is to focus on AI ethics, which is really how to avoid biases, respect privacy, and also use these tools responsibly. Now, finally, the other thing you should focus on in December is that plan for the future. Okay, by December 31st, you'd have a few projects under your belt and a better understanding of how AI actually fits into your life. Okay, so keep exploring areas that excite you, because there are a lot of areas. It could be natural language processes, which is basically teaching computers to understand human language. It could even be computer vision. It could be ML ops. It could be so many other areas in AI. So in December, your weekly rhythm should look something like this, okay? Still maintain the 2 to 3 hours a day of learning, and then spend 1 week on practical projects, spend another week on building something creative, and then one more week on networking and reflecting on your progress, so that you can wrap up the year with a showcase of what you've actually built. I know I've provided a lot of strategies here, but you need to know that becoming AI literate doesn't mean becoming a machine, okay? It just means learning enough to use these tools to free up your time, because AI can help you boost your creativity and it can also help you solve real world problems. So with just 3 months left in the year, you'd be able to sort of like focus your efforts so that you can go from AI sounds scary to AI is my secret weapon. If this roadmap inspires you, just hit like, subscribe, and share your journey in the comment section below. And also remember that the future belongs to those who learn new tools, not those who fear them. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.